Hello babes, welcome back to the channel. And if you are new, welcome. So in today's video we are going to be talking about Miss Carrie and her unhinged obsessive stalker ways. So let's get into it. Welcome to Iconically Iconic. So I wanted to talk about the unhinged stalking of Miss Carrie Bradshaw. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the chaos that is Carrie, and if you're watching my video or subscribed to my channel, odds are you've seen all seasons of Sex in the City. Carrie, like I said before, behaved like a teenager trapped in the body of a woman well into her 30s. I genuinely believe she suffered from arrested development. I do wish we knew more about Carrie's childhood and upbringing because the Carrie diaries were not at all accurate, especially when Carrie spoke about her father not being present, yet in the show her father is present in raising her. I couldn't even watch the show when I saw that because it was inaccurate, but she always wanted what she couldn't have. She romanticized chaos, and worst of all, she lacked boundaries, completely and utterly. So I had to re-upload this video due to copyright, which is extremely annoying and frustrating because you put in all that work creating these videos, which is extremely annoying and frustrating considering you do all of the copyright checks before uploading, and then they'll come back days later and decide, oh no, this is copyright. So that is why you guys are seeing this video. Wrong with her and Big. But no, Carrie wanted to secretly compete. She wanted to analyze, compare, and collect information to feed her insecurity. Pretending to want to publish a children's book to get close to this woman is outright thriller movie behavior.
Man, this is some scary shit!
I know it's a TV show, and like I always say, if you don't like character deep dives, you can exit stage left. But this behavior isn't the behavior of a sane person. This is the behavior of a deeply insecure woman who didn't understand boundaries, unless it was about her, because she didn't want people doing these things to her. But because she's Carrie, it's somehow acceptable when she does it. She had a lot of narcissistic ways. Carrie became obsessed with her exes. Like with Natasha, her and Big were no longer together, but for some reason she couldn't help but to obsess over the woman he was now married to because she was obsessed with him. She couldn't handle people having a negative opinion of her and felt the need to make them like. Remember, she is around 33 at this time. She isn't in her 20s or teens. She is 33 in her 30s. You know better. This also tells me that Big liked the chaos, partly because he was chaotic himself, but also because it fed his ego. Because if I found out someone I just started dating pulled this, it would have been a wrap. That is a massive red flag. How are you this possessive over a man you've only been dating for a few months?
Girl, be calm. No.
And here is my issue with Carrie. You went to find out all of this information about how and why his marriage ended, yet you continue dating him. So you went for what? It's like people who go through the phones of the person they're in a relationship with and still stay even after finding out they cheated. You did all of that for what? If you weren't going to leave and instead stick beside a person who doesn't love or respect you, what did you do it for? Carrie found out this man cheated on his ex-wife with her best friend. So he didn't just cheat, he cheated with someone very close to her. And she continues dating him.
Girl. This girl is delusional.
This is where we get into pick-me territory. Women who think, oh, he'll be different with me. I'm special. I can change him. Even though he's showing you all the signs of being a walking red flag. He wasn't a good man, but Carrie thought she could change him. Then we get to her stalking Natasha after her affair with Big because she wanted to cleanse herself of karma. Like that's going to undo anything. She hunted this woman down knowing full well Natasha didn't want anything to do with her. But in Carrie's rabid little mind, Natasha had to hear her out. The apology that she had in her mind wasn't even an apology. It was excuses.
And it's just so terrible. I never meant for any of this to happen, and if there was something that I could do to take it all away, I would. But I can't.
She just wanted to ease some of the guilt. She just wanted Natasha to look at her in a different light. She caused this woman pain physically and emotionally because her and Big were sneaking around like the messy heathens they were. Carrie wasn't sorry. She was jealous of Natasha from the jump, and she never liked her. Even though she didn't know her, she didn't like her. She would have so much venom when she would speak about her. And I'm not saying she didn't have a right to feel a way about Big moving on and marrying so quickly, because it was hurtful and she loved him. It's understandable and she's human, but her anger was misplaced and her actions were out of line. And what pissed me off most was the way she stalked Natasha and never had the realization that she was playing herself and didn't genuinely apologize for everything, and that she had no right to show up where she was stalking her. You're not even thinking that this woman doesn't want to see me because that's traumatic for her. I caused a lot of pain in her life and she doesn't want to deal with any of that because of what happened. You're not even thinking about her mental. You're only thinking about, I'm Carrie, I need to ease the guilt and make people think that I am not a bad person. Big was married to Natasha and he didn't even do all of this stalking. I mean, we don't get to see what was going on after the affair, but I do think he knew Natasha was done and to respect that. Which is why so many people dislike Carrie, because of her lack of boundaries. People who don't respect boundaries, don't respect your feelings, they only care about how they are perceived, irritate me. And it's because they're so self-absorbed and so self-involved. They want to do villain things, but they don't want to be the villain in someone's story. In what world is it okay for the side chick, mistress, whomever to call the ex-wife's job, figure out where she's eating, and force a conversation? That's not normal. Carrie's main problem was that Natasha didn't like her. She couldn't stand it. And people who are that bothered by someone not liking them need to address that in therapy. It shouldn't bother you that much that someone doesn't like you. Carrie would pop up to places like a psychopath without permission. Like her popping up at that church Big and his mother were at, because she so desperately wanted to meet his mother after he told her this is something special he and his mother share. He told her he didn't want to share that moment, but she still showed up. She had no self-control. It was just ridiculous. And some of you do the exact same things on social media and think because, oh, it's just social media that it excuses your behavior. It's still weird and it's still creepy. You follow his friends, creep on his ex's page, track events he's at. There's a difference between protecting yourself and doing a background check to ensure the person is who they say they are, but then there's obsession. If you can tell me where the guy you're dating or talking to went to school, job, hobbies, and what dog she has, you're not researching, you're stalking, and it's no different than Carrie just because it's on social media. Now, I will say there was one moment when I was kinda on Carrie's side, and that's with the whole Nina Katz situation. Yes, Carrie is self-absorbed, but Nina was doing a bit much. Did Carrie do Aiden wrong? Absolutely. And Nina had a right to not like her from the stories I'm sure Aiden shared with her. But making faces and little snide comments, that's not your place. You can talk to your friends afterward about it like we all do, but I wouldn't make someone feel uncomfortable because I don't know the ins and outs of what took place in that relationship.
Yeah. Hi. You're Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah. Have we met?
I recognize you from your column.
Oh.
And I went out with Aiden right after you.
And Aiden clearly didn't learn because he went back multiple times, which makes him no different than Carrie when she was with Big. But here is where Carrie always loses the plot. She starts stalking Nina too. Carrie, are you okay?
Is your wig squeezing your brain too tight, heifer?
Like, are you okay? Accidentally popping up at places to try and change her opinion of her. Now, wait a minute, Joe Goldberg. Just wait a minute.
I'm not going to be ignored, Dan.
Carrie hated that someone knew the truth about her and that that person wasn't a part of her circle who coddled her. She hated that her affair was out there and that someone knew all the dirty details and it wasn't in her. She wanted people to view her as a nice person who just made a mistake, not a woman who was self-centered and toxic. Carrie was always the I can do it but you better not type of person. She could sit with her friends and drag Natasha, calling her all kind of names because she was still in love with Big, but God forbid she even thought someone was talking about her or viewed her in a negative light. Girl, bye. She felt like people were talking about her and her ego couldn't take it. She liked her representative to show up as this nice, good person, but that wasn't who she was. She wasn't evil, but she didn't like for people to know the truth. Her friends put up with her behavior, and she would even be mean to them, talking down to them, and would always go low when she didn't like hearing the truth. Carrie wanted to change people's perception, but people saw exactly who she was, and she was just in denial. Maybe her friends put up with that, and her friends tolerated that behavior, but other people wouldn't, and she couldn't understand that. And with that being said, this video has come to an end. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure your notification bells are turned on so that you always know when I upload. And I will catch you guys in the next one.